Hi and welcome, I'm John and this is Unique Wargaming Terrain. Guys, welcome back. For everyone that's new, this is the Monday painting video. What is the Monday painting video? What's it all about? Well, the Monday painting video is a painting video, but the model or models in question that get painted are voted on by you guys from last week's Weekly Wednesday, which is a weekly Q&A. And in the event of a tie like today, we do a dice roll. So for all my regulars here, guys, I feel love, thank you very much. I'll see you in a second. Right, so there's a tie of 2 votes apiece for Genestealer Patriach and the Prophet of the War, big old Gaz. So 1 to 3 is going to be the Patriach, 4 to 6 is going to be Gaz. It's a 3, so 1 to 3 is the Patriach. So that'll be today's painting video. So sit down, buckle up, guys, and enjoy. Right, so I did some still losing job across the gravel. Now it's just about the wet palette, and there's already colour I've seen that I've used on the wet palette. But anyway, so at Youth and Grey, I got some, what colour blue is that again? Calidor Sky, that's what that blue is. I got some Screaming Skull and some White Scars. And someone will say, how are you doing that Calidor Sky on there, John? I wanted to do them differently. Yeah, I wanted to just really stick out from normal nids and from any Genestealers that I do, and I didn't know what colour to go with. I was going to go with some red, but then I was like, oh, I don't know, I don't want to do red and it looks terrible. And I'm going to put purple in these little bits on his brain bit, but I didn't know. So what I'm going to start with is some White Scars, not some White Scars, sorry, some Screaming Skull, and I'm going to get all the claws with that. So I'm just going to quickly give them a once over. You don't need to watch me do all the claws, I'm just going to do a few of them. We'll go from there. So I'm going to go off camera and do all the rest of the claws, including these bad boys on the top of him. The one, his little feet here as well, and his tail. Okay. Right, so I've got the spikes, the skulls at the base there, and all of that. Now I've got some lead belcher on the wet palette. I'm going to come in with lead belcher. I'm going to paint all of this pipe work with the lead belcher. Again, you don't need to see me doing all that, so I'm going to go off camera and do that. Now I've got some Fiston red. I'm going to come in, and in his hand here, he actually has a Space Marine helmet. So I'm going to come in and just get all of that as best I can. And then I'll come back to you for the next part. Right, so now I'm going to come in with Youth and Grey. And what I want to do is get all of these little bits in here. The reason I'm coming in Youth and Grey first is because if I mess up with it, it's not going to really matter the colour that goes above it. I'll try and get these bits as well. And I want to get his brain. I'm going to go off camera and do the rest of those bits. There's some of you going to look and say, oh yeah, but Youth and Grey looks like Screaming Skull. They look similar on the model, but there is a big difference when they're on the palette, and there's a big difference when you add the next colour on. Right, so now the Calidor Sky is going to come into effect. And what I'm going to do is, I'm going to come in, just get all of this bits, skin and carapace. Like I said, I want him to really stand out on the battlefield. I want him to stand out differently from the normal Genestealers. So I'm going to carry on with the rest of this guy, and I'll come back to you afterwards. And here we are. It looks quite menacing already. So now I'm going to come with some Broodcoven Violet, and I'm going to get all of these, the brain parts. I'm going to get all of these little bits in here. So basically everything I did Ethereal Grey, I'm going to come in and get the Drukhari Violet. So I'm going to go off camera and do the rest of that. So there we are. So now I'm going to come with some Skeleton Horde, and I'm going to contrast paint. I'm going to get all of the spikes and claws on them. And spikes on top of his head as well. Again, I'm going to go camera and do the rest of them. Right, so I tried to paint this guy in a way that he's different to Genestealers, and you know, really stands out. Apart from his size, he's going to stand out. But looking at this colour scheme, it's actually a really nice, easy way of doing Genestealers. Very straightforward. So I tried to go in a way that would be different and make him stand out, but I actually found an easier way of doing Genestealers. So for all intensive purposes, this guy is battle ready. So what I'm going to do now, my regulars will know what happens now, I'm going to take this model beyond battle ready standard. So I've got some Troll Slayer orange on the wet palette. I'm going to come in, I'm going to stipple here and there. There's some few little potholes on there, so I'm going to stipple them in to make it really stand out. There's a rivets, I'm going to try and get just around some of them. Just do some random spots here and there to make it really look rustic. Now that really stands out. Now, you know, with Troll Slayer orange, don't panic. It is a layer paint. It will go and brighten itself down. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to take some Lothhan blue, so my wet palette. I'm going to water it down even more. I'm going to come along, just too much water down, I think. I'm going to come along and just get these plates on top. Now because it's watered down, it will dry very nicely and just give me a faint little hint of the blue. Again, the Lothhan blue is a layer paint, so it will go on bright, but it will dull itself down, so don't panic when you start putting it on and go, oh, it's too bright, what the hell? What I'm going to do is I'm going to flick the last little bit across his ribcage there. And across his legs and his hands, I think, yeah. There's a little rigid parts on them. get these little bits on the spike of his tail. Make it really stand out. Unfortunately, the Draco Violet is still wet here and there. So I'm going to come in with some white scars and touch up these skulls on the base. So make that really stand out, really pop away from the metal. And look at the camera. I'm just going to catch his teeth a little bit. To make them really pop off. And of course, there's a little bit of Patriach violet on there. It's just gone purpley that side and nice white that side. Nice. I'm going to leave this to dry for a moment. Right, he's looking absolutely fantastic. Apart from his purple teeth that side. White teeth that side. Anyway, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to come in with some Screaming Skull and put some on some tissue. And I'm going to give this guy a quick dry brush with Screaming Skull. Because he's got so many little bits of detail in him that I don't want to catch that. And the Screaming Skull will pick that up very, very nice. Now we have him. And the only thing I could do to add a bit more, not even improve him, just add a bit more to him, would be to wait for all of that dry brush and just for it to dry and any of the shades to dry, and just excuse me, just come through here with a fine brush and just add a very subtle edge highlight of just Lothern blue, not watered down. But I'm quite happy with him. I think he's actually fantastic. He's going to really stand out in the battlefield. I'm not happy with the way the skulls come actually. Let's add a bit more white to them. That's actually a Space Marine helmet there. I didn't realise there. Yeah, so he's done. So thank you everyone for voting. It's actually I love it when you guys vote models, because it really challenges me every week. I do say this all the time, but it does add a different challenge to me. So if you're seeing this video for the first time, finding the channel for the very first time, guys, subscribe to the channel, because it costs you absolutely nothing and it helps you out in a massive way. Well, it helps me out in a massive way. Turn your notifications so don't miss anything. Big massive thank you to everyone that tunes in every week and looks at the videos and comments on the videos. You know, it means so much to me. And a massive thank you to everyone that voted. Guys, I'm going to bring down and show you some pretty pictures, but hit the buttons for me and also hit the thumbs up button so YouTube shares this video with more people. I'm going to bring down and show you some pretty pictures, but until next time, take it easy.